And I can give you what you want, but you got to come home with me. Oh, I've got some good old love and I got some more to do. Oh, when I get through throwing it on, you got to come and move. Gonna come along and down about the dirty, and that ain't nothing but no lie. Hey, little thing, let me light the candle, good mama. Woo! Hey. Hi. Hi, everybody. It's too cold. It's too cold. Oh, man. I got my fingerless gloves, which are like a dope, like 80s situation happening. Fingerless gloves. Fix my hair. It's a little better. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's nice. So guys, it is January 26, 2017. I'm Loki Hates You, and this is Terrible Advice with Loki Hates You. You're all right here. You're here with me, kind of. Not really, but like you're here. And I'm here in a way that can't be explained to cavemen. Like, or colonial people, or whatever. Like, you just can't. There's nothing to be done about it. So, let's say hi to Chris, who had a great time just filling this chat room with nonsense for the first 15 minutes that it was open. Hello, Carol. Hey, Karen. Who else we got? Hey, Christina. Good, Christina's here. That's good. I'm happy Christina's here because Christina's question is our first of today. Hey, Candace. Good to see you, as always. So guys, it's been a busy couple days for me. I've been working on my card game. Let me show you my game. Let me show you what it looks like right now. This game is currently shaping up to be very card heavy. It's a card apocalypse. There's a card. There's a calendar. That's our play board for the game. There's a player mat. This is where all your different player pieces go. And then you can buy tickets to different things, and you got a job, and cards go in each one of those slots. Then, you've got all these different... Obviously, these are magic cards, but we don't have to talk about that. You got all your different cards. There's about, man, I don't know, 200 of these guys that go into it. And then there's about another 200 mini cards. You can see them all in here. And they're all cannibalized zombicide cards. And they only take up half the actual card area. So, for anyone who's wondering about the progress of the card game, it's been tested and tested and tested, and we keep making changes, but we're getting smaller and smaller in the changes every time, and that's nice. So, I feel optimistic about it. I made my own gaming mat for when I play Munchkin. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'd like to see your Munchkin gaming mat, Carol. If you ever want to post it up, I'd love to take a look at it. So, guys, let's talk about... Hey, Sherry, good to see you. Let's talk about Christina's question. Now, this is a question that I found to be a little murky. So we may end up getting a little interaction from Christina about it, due to the fact that it could mean a lot of different things. So let's see what Christina asks. Christina's question is, I keep on being told by everyone that that attempting 3 cosplays is overly ambitious. How many cosplays do you think is overkill, and how many do you think is normal? From Christina. So, Christina, the reason why I think this question is a little harder to answer is because it doesn't account for time frame. Cosplay is it's more of a hobby that spans years and months and lifetimes, and so you can have dozens of cosplays, and it's not gonna break you. It's not gonna put you into like crazy obsessive person territory, because it could be 12 cosplays over the course of 20 years. Now, it could be that you're trying to do 12 cosplays in the course of one convention over 3 days, and you want to wear 4 cosplays per day, which I think is a little nuts. Okay, you have until April 14th to complete 3 cosplays. Okay, so, alright, that's a fair time frame. And that is ambitious. It is. I don't think it's overly ambitious, but I'm also not accounting for the exact costumes you're going for. If you're making 3 or 4, 3 zombie costumes between now and mid-April, that's, 3 pairs of pants and 3 shirts that you have to rip up and put blood on. If you're making 3 different Iron Man armors between now and April 14th, maybe that's a little much, because that's a lot of vacuforming and a lot of resin casting and a lot of, rigid pieces to be fitting to your body and attaching with rivets and stuff like that. As far as cosplay, defining the term cosplay, it can also mean that you're only really just buying costumes between now and April, although I assume you're crafting them. I assume you're making them. So, I think you're going to be fine, assuming that you have the time and the money. If you are working a full-time job, you don't want to be doing 3 costumes between now and April. If you're raising kids, you're not going to be able to do it, and you want to pick your favorite one and go with that. If you don't have money at all, it's going to be hard. And that's not to say it's impossible. That's not to say you shouldn't, but it's not going to be easy, and it's probably not going to be fun by the time you get towards the end of it. So, if you're like, the big one is Raven from Teen Titans. So Raven is a great costume, in that it's a lot of spandex. There's a cape, there's a hood, and there's some makeup involved, and a little bit of jewelry. So, like, in the course of a month, that's a reasonable costume to make. And then if you've got another 2 on top of that, yeah, I think you can do it, if they're all about that difficulty level. If you're going to be building giant sets of armor with electronics in it and moving parts and functional wings, I would say, focus on one costume and try to get it done before April, and even then it's going to be a stretch. But, like, on top, like, really, no one can tell you what to do. Especially with cosplay, because who cares? No one has any investment in your cosplay aside from you. You're the only one that can have any say in that kind of thing. I wouldn't be shocked that years from now we're going to have either a museum dedicated to the art of cosplay or an honorary cosplay hall of fame. Chris, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think the highest praise a cosplayer or a costume designer is ever going to get is basically like, the award shows that we already have. Best costume design at the Oscars or the People's Choice Awards or whatever. Like, I think that there might be a convention, like San Diego Comic-Con may grow to be such a huge presence that their costume contest becomes like a yearly pageant, like a Miss America kind of thing. But even that's a bit of a stretch, in that it's so hard to market that kind of thing and put it on television, because guess what all those costumes are? Licensed property. If you have a TV show that is showing the San Diego Comic-Con costume contest, or the Anime Expo costume contest, or the BlizzCon costume contest, I guess BlizzCon would be the best bet, because you'd have permission just from Blizzard. Whereas you'd have to get permission from Marvel, DC, every movie studio, every book publishing company that has a character featured in there, because, you know, if you make it into a big event, it's profitable, and then everyone who has their property featured on it wants a little piece of that. So it's a tough thing to make go mainstream, because it already is mainstream, and it's not easy to divvy up without stepping on somebody's toes. But I think what you should do, if you're trying to finish 3 costumes before April 14th, your best bet is to just pick one costume and make 3 variations of it. I'm going to tell you about somebody who did that once. Oh, hi, Mina. I didn't say hi to Mina, did I? There once was a cosplayer who decided to cosplay just as one character, and he just kept doing different variations of the same character. And guess how he turned out? He turned out fucking great. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm talking about? I think you do, because I do. And I'm saying it to you, and I'm being it in front of you. So, just cosplay Loki and make 3 different things that are all Loki. Or cosplay Superman and then be Bizarro Superman, and then be like that weird Superman with half a metal face. Or be Raven, and then like New 52 Raven, and then like, you know, that weird demon 6-eyed version of Raven. Like, do all those things, and that way you can reuse some of the costume pieces you made, and everyone will be like, oh, you're that Raven. You're so Raven. You know what I mean? Sherry, throw a question at me. I'll get to it soon. I got one more after this one, and then we'll get to your question. If you want to email it to me, you can, but otherwise just put it in the chat and I'll still read it. Okay, guys, so let's talk about the next thing. Christina, I hope that helps. But like, you know, if people are pressuring you into doing or not doing any given cosplay, tell them to go screw themselves and then do your own thing, because you don't need anybody bossing you around, and you're the only person who can dictate what you can and can't do, will and will not do. Yeah, Red Star, you know what I'm talking about. Variations on a theme. The theme being Loki. Okay, next up, Chris's question. How does one live a healthy lifestyle and try to also be more physically active and stay healthy? Well, Chris, I wish I was more of a health nut, and I wish I had like great motivational shit to tell you, but the truth is I am not. I am like getting to the point where I'm just like looking in the mirror and being like, you gotta do something. And I'm not like falling apart or anything, but I have not exercised in a long time. I managed to bang out a couple of push-ups yesterday before I took a shower, but I just don't feel like it. And that, for me, in my life, is a big motivator. Not feeling like it means it's not getting done. So here's what you gotta do. You gotta, and I told this to Nikki before, you gotta set a schedule. Like, you get up in the morning, and if you got a dog, pick up your dog. And then you promise yourself one day that once that dog is in your hands, you're gonna run 5 miles. And you can't put the dog down until you've run that 5 miles. Now, the dog may not like it, but the dog will probably love it, because dogs love being held. If you do, I wouldn't recommend doing it with a cat. So you pick up the dog, you run your 5 miles, and the longer it takes you to run that 5 miles, the more of a chance you have of having that dog pee while you're holding it. And I mean, you gotta be self-governing on this, because you have to be the one that says, I'm not gonna put the dog down, because the dog's gonna be like, hey, come on, put me down, and you're gonna have to be like, we haven't gone 5 miles yet. And then it's gonna poop in your elbow pit, right on top of your arm. And that's when you gotta be like, oh, better finish these 5 miles or else I'm not gonna get to take a shower and I'm gonna smell like dog poop all day. So I would say that would be the best plan for you to get into shape. Other sort of variations on that are not sleeping in, because then it just makes you more tired. And that's what I did today. It makes me more tired. Good God. Good God, girl. I wish I knew you. I like to work out a little bit before, because you're going to... I take a shower every day. That's the thing I do for me. I like being in the shower. It's a warm place, and I get to do whatever I want and think about things and enjoy my life while I'm in the shower. But I hate taking a second shower in a day. It makes me feel wasteful. So what I could do is just do whatever is a convenient workout, whether that's like, 20, 30 push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, pop-ups, planking, just like the home, what do they call it, isometrics, where like you're just using your body weight. Like, there's so many things online that are like, here's the thing you can do every day and give you abs of fucking steel or whatever. And it's just like numbers. It's numbers in combination with basic exercises. And sometimes you won't even be able to do one. Pull-ups are tough for a lot of people. Sit-ups and crunches and stuff like that. Like, you're not going to be able to do it at first. But, like, you do your best, and you see what you can do, but, like, set aside a time for it. Be like, every time I take a shower, I'm not going to take that shower until I've done the 30 push-ups I was supposed to do. So you do your 30 push-ups, you get all sweaty, and you take a nice shower. You know what I mean? Take a nice shower. You're not going to stink after your workout. It's immediately done. And then you should probably, eat a healthy meal. But, like... Then there's the eating thing. Oh, God, the diet. I don't know what to tell you about the diet. Alright. Chicken. Unless you're a vegetarian, in which case, shit, I don't know. Soy. Just don't fall into the non-gluten thing. Like, I know gluten is like a weird bunch of bullshit that, like, it's been vilified and people think it's like the cause of every problem in your health, but, like, don't cut out gluten unless you have an actual gluten intolerance. Like, just don't worry about it. That's one less thing you have to worry about is freaking gluten. I wish I could sleep in. I was up at around 5 a.m. Yeah, that's not good, Carol. You're gonna need to go back to sleep, like, right now. Tell your boss you gotta take a nap, and then get in there. Get under that desk and take a nap. Roommate is a pain in the ass. Roommate borrowed his car and got a flat, refused to fix it. Kai owns all the electronics, kitchen stuff, which is why he's taking any ideas to be petty without breaking the law. Oh, boy. All right, so, Chris, the big thing is regimentation. Set aside a time every day, whether it's right after you wake up, right before you take a shower, right before you go to bed. Don't exercise right before you go to bed, because then you're going to get all sweaty and get in your sheets, and it's going to get sweaty sheets, and then your bed's going to stink, and it's going to be gross. So try and get it, like, during the middle of the day. Maybe before a meal. Exercise before a meal. That way you don't end up, like, eating and then working out until you puke. But, like, anything, here's a small guideline you can look into. Anything you drink, if the first ingredient is sugar or high fructose corn syrup, just start to think about, like, oh, maybe water. Maybe water's better for me, or whatever. You don't have to stop drinking Coca-Cola or Capri Sun or whatever it is that has all those fake ingredients in it. But, like, just think about it every time. Because that's what I've started. I mean, I've started to do it with juice. I love juice. I hate drinking water, and I love drinking juice. But now every time I go and look for juice to drink, it's all apple juice. It's all apple juice and grape juice. No matter what type of juice you're buying, it's apple juice. If you buy pineapple juice, it's like probably apple juice or grape juice with like some pineapple in it. It's crazy to see. But even beyond that, before it's apple juice, it's high fructose corn syrup. So it's just like you're just drinking like sugar water with a little bit of apple juice and then a little bit of like the flavor that you've been promised. Okay. Think about all those things, but set aside a time of day. It can be a time like noon. Noon, I gotta stop, drop, and give 20. Okay? Just do that. If you can do 20 push-ups at noon every day, that'll get you started on the right direction. And then one day you can be like, you know what, 20 push-ups and 20 sit-ups. Okay? 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups. And this might not lose you every ounce of weight that you wanted to lose or gain you every ounce of muscle that you want to gain, but it's something that shows you that you can do it. What exactly is gluten? Is that a diet? Or, yeah. No, gluten is a byproduct of it's wheat. It's some sort of like cooking catalyst for wheat, and it looks like slime. It looks like a white slime, and it's in everything you love to eat. It's in bread. It's in your crackers. It's in your cookies. It's in the breadcrumbs that are breading your meat products. Like, gluten is in almost everything that has carbohydrates in it. And some people have an extreme intolerance for it, and it gives them stomach pain and real problems with their life. However, there's other people that have started to blame it for like weight gain and other health issues, but the truth is there's no scientific proof that gluten contributes to anything other than you just eating a lot of carbs, and you know that's gonna make you feel shitty anyways. So don't worry if anyone ever brings up gluten as like a health resource thing. Don't worry about it. Like, just ignore it. Moving along, let's talk about Sherry. So Sherry's son is moving back in and has been living with a crappy roommate. And Sherry wants to know what the best way to screw over that roommate before moving out. So I've lived with a couple of roommates before. Moving out is a tough situation because it almost feels like you're letting them win. You know, if you're in a roommate situation with someone, and you're giving your home to them completely. Now, Sherry's son has been paying all the utilities, and the roommate's just been a general pain in the ass. Borrowed the car, got a flat, and refused to fix it. Yeah, sounds like a real piece of work. So, what you want to do is, the security deposit. See, that's the thing, is they get you with the security deposit. If you can dump that whole like security deposit situation on the roommate, what's always happened with me is I've lived with guys that drink, not alcoholic style drinking, but just like, you know, they like to go out and get a little rowdy. And dudes love punching holes in walls. And when you're living in a 2-bedroom place and you're all equally liable for a security deposit, it doesn't matter if a hole is punched, a fist-shaped hole is punched in the master bedroom or the other bedroom. Both of the tenants have to split that, whatever gets deducted to patch that wall up. So I'd start there. If Kai can practice his karate and just really, give me one of these. Just really just speckle that bedroom wall with as many holes in it as possible. But only if the remaining roommate gets stuck with the security deposit. Other than that, leave the walls how they are. Now, the other thing you can really do if you want to put the work in is make sure that you're filling the space that you're leaving with someone that you can trust to be even more of a pain in the ass. So, if Kai wants to get on Craigslist and just list his room for, I guess you gotta list it for the price that it is. But make sure that that person coming in is like a just absolute scumbag. You want to out scumbag your scumbag roommate. So you get a guy who comes in with like, football jersey on, and like he's got like a couple of different cell phones in his pocket, and like those really thin like sideburn to goatee situations with like a real clean fade in the back. Got his hood up too much, because that's a drug. That to me, from my experience, is what a drug dealer looks like. Is just the guy who, he looks like he walked out of, like just somebody who's got that feeling to them. And it might not end up being a drug dealer. It might just be the kind of guy that likes to play Xbox all day. But somebody who's got a lot of friends that like to stay over a lot. Or, if you just want to have fun for a month, have Kai get very, very generous and say, hey, I'm leaving a vacant space in my apartment. Excuse me, homeless man or woman. Would you like a place to live for the next month until they discover that you have no income to pay your rent? They will say yes. They will do this. And that, I think, is the greatest gift of all. You're helping to contribute towards a good cause, and you're helping another human being, at least for a month. And you're absolutely exposing your current roommate to just the greatest gift of charity that anyone can have. And maybe light heroin use. Moving on, I read a story. Someone put a fish inside a curtain rod before leaving her cheating husband. No one could work out where the smell was coming from. Yeah, I think the movie, what's it called? It's not Dirty Deeds. It might be Dirty Deeds. It had Norm Macdonald and another guy in it. And they just generally become pranksters and leave dead animals inside of an apartment where, someone's living that they didn't like or whatever. And they make money off of it. So maybe try watching that for reference. But I think the quickest and easiest way, and the way with the most readily available resources that may or may not be illegal, is to just pee a little bit. You just have Kai go to each corner of each room while the roommate's not home and mark his territory. A little peep here and here and here and here. Now, it's not... Pee is funny in that it doesn't always hit you. You're not always smelling pee, but you do smell it. Just sometimes. Just when the wind is moving in just the right way. And if you can just a little here, a little bit there, that's too much. Just little droplets of pee in every corner of the house. And then a few days, weeks, months later, that roommate's going to be walking through there and be like, what smells like piss? all right, it's fine. And then take another step and be like, oh God, there it is again. Why is that? Maybe it's just my hands. I forgot to wash my hands and I pissed all over my hands when I went to the bathroom. No, it's not my hands. Just pee a little bit. Just like a... I mean, that's what I do. Walk over here, pee a little bit. Walk over there, pee a little bit. Like a cat. Cats do it. You ever had a cat that pisses like on the wall? Just like some... You can never find it. You can't find that piss. It's invisible. But the scent remains and it never goes away. Maybe that's the plan. Just get a little cat. Get a little kitty. Oh, a little kitty that likes to put like an unneutered male cat. Bring him in for like the week before he leaves. And have him just spray that place down. Have him live in the living room, though. Never actually let him near any of Kai's stuff. Just like, have him go around. He'll make the rounds in the living room and pew, 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 pew. And then it's as good as it's a done deal. That place is never gonna smell right again. You can't find urine. Who's got a black light, Sherry? Now, if this is the sort of roommate who you think is going to invest in a blacklight, then we may be out of luck. Because then you've got like a ghost hunter on your hands. You've got like a forensic scientist. And this doesn't seem like that kind of guy or girl. He has a cat. No pets allowed. Well, you got to get on top of it. You tell Kai he's got to get on top of it himself. Doing a little peep here and a little peep there makes the world go round. And it makes your roommate go nuts. So, I think we got 3 good points in for today. Let's call it a night, or call it an afternoon, I guess, where I am, and maybe a night for you, because it's closer to 3:30 on the East Coast. But I have to start prepping for Nerd Nights. I just wanted to get a little time in with you guys. Make sure you're on the right track to success. Eating right, exercising, portioning out your cosplay plans, and peeing in your own home in order to slight your shitty roommate. I think that's what America's all about. Or Canada. Wherever you are. But guys, I hope you have a very merry January. That kind of rhymes. And wait, hold on a second. What is this? And I will talk to you on Monday.